On the Throttle is brought to you by SportsBikeWrench.com. Performance parts.
And so this is a demo bike. We actually have a matching set of these, like we have a matching set of the stunt bikes. This is the one that this one's without the stickers, unfortunately. And I still need to black out the frame. This is all gonna get painted or powder coated a gloss black as well, just to keep the look nice and clean. This is what you'll see me do presentations with Ernie at some of the larger venues that we do. A lot of times people see us on our other bikes, like the ones we demoed for you earlier, and they're gonna say, oh, look at that, you need all those special tools to do the tricks that you do. When realistically, we don't. All I've done with this bike, I've taken the stock clip-ons, and instead of being angled down, I've just literally flipped them over so they angle upwards. The advantage of having them angled upwards is I get a little bit more height out of it. I'm not so tucked down next to the tank. So when I'm doing a lot of the tricks where I'm standing up off the bike, in a wheelie, I have a lot more leverage again to work with it. And you see they clear the full fairings fairly well, even lock to lock, which is nice. Front brake system, again, it's all just a stock lever, although I use stainless steel braided lines on this one. And on this bike, I also use a stabilizer because in shows we tend to do a lot more high-speed endos. And a stabilizer is definitely imperative if you're going to be out of second gear and encroaching in third gear, or even first gear on a stock bike, 60, 70 miles an hour. You don't want to be on the front wheel and get a head shake. That can definitely punish you and spit you over the front. I even keep the gauges in this bike. Pretty much, I've ran a couple little demonstrations so far with just frame sliders, although today I'm going to put on a full cage because I know this weekend I'm going to be in a small venue with a real dirty lot, and I don't want to have any problems in front of people and break parts or potentially crack a case cover and spill oil. That's definitely not professional whatsoever. Again, keep the same rear sets. I have gray rear sets on this one, the full throttle link handbrake adapter, and just same setup here with the mash tank, although I don't have any grip protection on here yet. I'll probably put some on before this weekend. On this one, of course, I'll run a nice high-rise exhaust, keep the bike looking as clean and as nice as possible. I don't really like the, for lack of a better description, the blinged out show bike look that you start to see becoming so prevalent with some of the stunt bikes. I definitely like a cleaner look, something that's a little bit, looks like it can do the part, like it's almost like a race bike is what I'd like to get the schemes to be. Here's a nice foot in the seat contraption here, really cleaned up with some good stitching to it. I still have a tail light because this bike is street legal, and this is actually one that I do plan to ride around on my off days, if you will, take up to Red Rock, and I still do enjoy doing the corners just as much as the freestyle riding, but one of those things, track days are expensive. Other than that, you'll see I got stock gearing on this bike. So today when we're doing the demonstrations, you'll see that how a stock bike sounds like when it wheelies. The sound and the aggressive nature of the bike is definitely much different with a heavily geared bike versus a stock one. But that's all I can say about the bike. It doesn't have a bar in the front. It doesn't have any special modifications. It's literally just a 636 with flipped over clip-ons, a handbrake system, and a hole in the seat. Yeah, and a beat-in tank, and there it is. Realistically, if I was to be a street rider, and I'd set up my bike fairly similar, I definitely would put the cage on I'm going to put on later, just because it's nice to have that added protection when you're on the street, because potholes happen, gravel, dirt, and corners, and there's nothing worse than low-siding your bike going around your driveway and making $3,000 worth of damage out of nothing when you scratch your frame and ruin all your plastics. With a proper cage like the one we're going to install from Tiger Shark Cages, it'll protect your bike no matter how fast the crash is, 70 miles an hour, 3 miles an hour, or just kicked over in your driveway. You're not going to receive any damage to the actual motorcycle. But as stock as possible is always nice, and this is a good street rider's bike. This is a daily rideable bike with no problems or hindering just because we've set it up for freestyle.
A big celebrity and number one celebrity, but all the jealousy has got me in some jeopardy. A big celebrity, so why you wanna help me?